So I've had this video idea for a while and I wasn't sure if it would help anyone or if it was even worth filming. But then I felt like even if it helps one person, then that is totally worth it. And so today I'm going to be sharing 3 Bible verses that woke me up and got me to start reading my Bible regularly. And so I'm going to go into those Bible verses, and then I'm also going to go into how I started reading my Bible. So the first Bible verse is Matthew 7:24, which is a very common one that most of us know. And that is, "No one can serve 2 masters, for a slave will either hate the one and love the other, or be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and wealth." And so that Bible verse came to me in a time where I was being woken up to the idea that I was serving 2 masters in my life. I had God as one master, and I had the ways that I was living as my other master. And so that tied into the yoga practices that I was involved in and things like that. So Matthew 6:24 was the first verse that I heard that definitely woke me up to the idea that I was serving 2 masters and made me realize that I better get my head on straight and I better make God the number 1 master in my life. The next one is Matthew 7:21 through 23. "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only one who does the will of my Father in heaven. On that day, many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do many deeds of power in your name?' Then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you. Go away from me, you evil doers.'" That verse of verse 23, "Then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you. Go away from me, you evildoers.'" That one woke me up as well. The intensely scary thought of Jesus being face to face with Jesus and him saying to us, "Go away, depart from me. I never knew you." And, these people are saying, "Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name? And did we not live, did we not say we were Christian?" Whatever it may be. And Jesus turning them away and saying, "No, you didn't." Ooh, that one hit me hard. And I thought, I better turn my life way more for him. And I better turn my life way more towards him. And I think that one requires a lot of meditation, and I think we always need to meditate on that verse. Because even if you're living your life fully for Jesus, even though, you may be living your life perfectly the way he wants you to live, it always requires us to double check ourselves and to question how we are living. That's an intensely scary thought, to think of Jesus turning us away. The next verse is actually in Revelation, and I've been reading Revelation lately. I've never been one to dive into it, but lately I've been feeling very called to, and it's been very eye-opening, scary, eye-opening. A lot of feelings come out of reading the book of Revelation. So the third verse was Revelation 3:15. "I know your works. You are neither cold nor hot. I wish that you were either cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I am about to spit you out of my mouth." Again, kind of like the last one in Matthew 7, which talked about Jesus turning us away. Well, if we are lukewarm, Jesus does not want us lukewarm. He wants us on fire, burning for him. And if we are not burning for him, then who are we burning for? Are we burning for this world, right? And so that was the third verse that woke me up to the idea that, again, I better get my head on straight, and I better get my life turned around and my heart burning for him, and start praying for conviction and praying for him to lead me. And most importantly, not only for him to lead me, but for me to be open to him leading me. So those were the 3 Bible verses. Now I want to dive into how I started reading my Bible. And there are so many ways that you can start reading. And I questioned filming this video because I'm like, well, there's just so many Bible studies out there. There's so many different plans that people can follow. Do I really need to put it out there? But then I thought, right, like if it helps one person, then why not? And so I have never been one to read my Bible. Growing up in a devout Catholic household wasn't ever like a daily thing for me. So in the beginning of last year in 2024, I felt very called to dive deeper into my Bible. And so I really didn't know where to start. You're looking at this Bible and you're like, do I start in the Old Testament? Do I start in the New Testament? Do I go to Psalms? Like, where do I even start? And so there's so many different plans out there and things that you can go to for inspiration or for guidance. But I'm just gonna share what I did. I didn't really follow anyone's plans. I heard things here and there and I kind of pieced it together and got inspiration from different things, but for the most part, I just did this, what I'm about to tell you. So I started reading in the New Testament. I am doing a Bible in a Year study now, where you start in Old Testament, you go all the way through, and that's wonderful. I do highly recommend doing that. If you have never really gone deep into your Bible or been a regular reader of your Bible, then I would recommend starting in the New Testament. That's just my recommendation. That's what I did, and I really felt like it was easier to read and easier to understand coming from someone who wasn't very comfortable reading the Bible. And so I really enjoyed starting in the Gospels. I really enjoyed listening to Jesus's words and really having him speak to me through that. There is so much wisdom through the books that Paul wrote. There is so much wisdom in Gospels and the Beatitudes, which are in Matthew, and so much that you can just soak in there, and so much wisdom. Now, the other thing that I did is I went into Psalms and Proverbs. Those are the two Old Testament books that I went into, and as well as Sirach too. But at the beginning, I went into Psalms and Proverbs. I like to say Psalms is like a big hug from Jesus. It's a very warm hug from God. And that is why, if you are not used to reading the Bible or don't know where to start, reading something that is so comforting and like God is giving you a warm, tight hug, that is the book of Psalms. And then the book of Proverbs is where you need to be slapped around a little bit. That's what I say. It's when I need to be put in my place and need to get my head back in line. And so Proverbs was where I went for discipline. So basically that's what I did, is I just started in the New Testament, and then I would go back to Psalms and Proverbs, and that kind of gave me a well-rounded beginning introduction to reading the Bible regularly. And when I say that reading the Bible daily has absolutely changed my life, I am not exaggerating. I pray that this video really encourages you to open your Bible and to really listen to where the Lord is leading you. I do believe that when we open our eyes and our minds to him and we are willing to hear his word, it is so much easier to hear him, and he begins to speak to us even more. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, take care, guys.